Hi everyone, welcome to Studio IO today. So I'm going to share with you a practice known as the 5 Tibetan Exercises, also the 5 Tibetan rites. So these exercises, as I said, 5 of them, are amazing practices that can be incorporated into every single day. Ideally practice first thing in the morning, so if you can practice with it on an empty stomach. And first thing in the morning. These practices are also referred to as the fountain of youth. So the amazing thing is with these practices that they are accessible for everybody, all different ages. And today I will show you a few variations that may work for different body types and different ailments at the current time. But so it's about the fountain of youth, helping us to age well. The first exercise is a spinning exercise, so this is incredible for our balance. We've got a lot of exercises that will help with flexibility, joint health, strength, coordination. So there's a lot of things here that are really fantastic to help us in everyday life. So I'll go through each exercise, which ideally you're supposed to practice up to 21 repetitions of each exercise. As a beginner though, it's difficult to really start on that 21 figure. So I would say maybe start with 2 or 3 to begin with and work your way up as you progress and get stronger in the practice. 21 is the maximum point, so there's no point rushing to that straight away. They shouldn't take more than 15 minutes. So maybe as a beginner, it might be 5-10 minutes, but when you reach the 21 repetition mark, no more than 15 minutes. So they're really accessible to fit into your day if we're time poor especially. So to begin with, we will start with our first Tibetan exercise where we're standing up. You want to have your feet about hip distance apart. Knees can be slightly soft. And your hands are going to come up to like a T shape. And the first exercise, known as the spin, we start to spin round in a clockwise direction. Again, like I said, the maximum repetitions is 21, but I'm only going to show you 3 here, and you can work your way around and building more up each time you practice. So you take a breath in, we spin to the right, so clockwise, breathe out. Again, keep spinning. You want to keep your head slightly drawn down, but every time you try and bring your focus back to the same place that you started at. And then I'm going to stop there. When I get back to the center, I'm going to take a deep breath in. I feel a little bit dizzy already, so exhale. Just trying to find your breath there to make sure that you can connect back through the soles of the feet and avoid feeling too dizzy. You will feel dizzy initially, but it becomes a bit easier with time. After you've done your spinning exercise, you come to lie down on the floor here. Take a nice big deep breath in and out. And then we'll come into our second exercise. So this is quite a strong abdominal exercise. And I want to give you a little bit of a variation here. So traditionally, the hands come down besides the body. We'll have the legs extended up to the sky and the chin drawing to the chest. So it's strong abdominal workout already here. So we have a breath in, and then as you exhale, the legs come all the way down to the floor. Inhale, the chin draws to the chest, legs come up. Exhale, lower. So inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. So again, you would repeat as many as you can possibly on that. However, I find that can be quite intense on the back. Postpartum, that would be one to definitely avoid. But an option would be, I find, if you place your hands underneath your sacrum, the lower part of your back, and then extend the legs out and use your elbows a little bit here. You can lift your legs up with a little bit more support for your lower back, and maybe don't even take the legs so low. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. So that for me works. It just feels like I'm not putting too much strain on my lower back. So try that option as well. So 21 of those when you reach your maximum effort there. Great, so the third exercise, so after your second, just take a couple of deep breaths, again lying on your back. Third exercise, we come up onto our knees. So this may be familiar to you as camel pose. So again, another one to avoid if postpartum or any sort of diastasis recti, so any abdominal separation here. So your hands can be just running down beside the backs of the hamstrings. If for any lower back issues, I would suggest actually supporting your lower back and your sacrum and just allow the movement to come mainly from the neck rather than from the spine so much here if need be, the lower back rather. So we'll take a breath in and we lift the head up, lift the chest up, try and lift up through the abdominals and then exhale, roll the chin back down. Inhale. Exhale, inhale, exhale. And if your neck feels okay, you can let it go a little bit further back. Exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Great. Then lowering down to the floor, lying yourself back down, taking a few deep breaths, lying down. And then we come to our fourth Tibetan exercise. So from here, we come to sit down on the mat. We have our feet about hip distance apart, our hands just besides the body here, hands shoulder width apart, and drawing the elbows back and behind. We want to try and keep the hands and feet in the same position the whole time, they're not going to move. Pushing through the hands and feet, we inhale, lift the hips to the sky, let the head roll back, and then exhale, dig into the heels, release the seat back down. Again, inhale, so we come into this tabletop position, exhale, lower. Inhale, lift, exhale, lower. Now, if you're recently postpartum and you do want to give a couple of these exercises a go, then rather than coming to the full tabletop, just practice lifting the hips and lowering the bottom, so you still work a lot through the triceps. Same with anyone with any wrist issues. If it does feel a bit intense coming all the way up, just take a couple of lifts, squeezing the buttocks a little bit as you come up, and practice that gradually working up to that 21 mark. Once you finish the number 4, lying down on your back, couple of deep breaths. And then our final 5th Tibetan exercise, coming onto all fours to begin with. So the full version of Tibetan 5 is up dog, down dog, which I think can be, again, really quite intense for any lower back issues and can be practiced wrong if done at home on your own. So first variation would be, especially again if postpartum or anything, is a simple cat-cow. So you would take the in-breath to lift the head and the chest, the tailbone rolls back and under as you exhale into the cat stretch. And this is where you can repeat this. Maybe you'd be able to do 21 of these. Mindfully, taking your time though, never rushing. There's a sense of speed with this practice, but never sort of losing any control or form with it. Good, so that would be your first option, cat-cow stretch. Second option, I would say, for a 5 Tibetan exercise would be, so you come into your downward facing dog, strengthen out the legs and the arms, a little softness in the knees maybe, if there's any rounding into the upper back. So we'd say take a breath in, exhale, come forwards to a plank. So keeping the heels extended back, the crown of the head forwards, breathe in, lift, exhale forwards, breathe in, lift, exhale forwards, breathe in, lift, exhale forwards, always keeping the core strong. So that would be your second option. The full 5th Tibetan exercise is inhale, down dog, exhale, up dog. Inhale, down dog, exhale, up dog. Good, so that again you would repeat 21 times. Now the reason why I've shown the other easier options is because I find that if practiced without any core stability, this can happen, the shoulders collapse, and it's really quite uncomfortable, really detrimental to the lower back, and also the wrists. There's quite a lot of pain into the wrists. So take those options where you can come forwards, maybe just plank, or onto your knees, taking those options and making your way up to 21 over time, not straight away. And there you have it, your 5 Tibetan exercises. Feel free to lie down in Shavasana as you finish, but take your time with it, build it up, maybe take 5 minutes each day, then 10 minutes, and eventually 15 minutes. And I'd like to hear how you get on with it. So thank you everyone, namaste.